11 in NFL here at SBR Forum Videos. I'm Peter Loshak, and right now it's Monday, so that means we're doing our usual Monday call, previewing the Thursday NFL game with Jeff Grant, sports writer from the Bleacher Report. We're going to talk about Miami at Buffalo. Jeff, thanks for being back with us.
Great to be with you, Peter.
All right, this game's a little bit tough. I mean, both teams coming off very strange situations. Buffalo's 1.5-point home favorite. The total's 45. Buffalo almost covered against New England, despite the fact they had a lot of penalties. They were still in it down to the wire. Miami got killed by Tennessee, but Tennessee was coming off with their own home blowout loss, so they were, sort of hyper motivated. Chris Johnson had a great game. To me, this says this is a stay off. What do you think?
I think you get some value in this game based on last week's results, not necessarily looking at the box scores, but looking at each team motivationally comes in much different here. The entire offseason, the Buffalo Bills spent the entire offseason preparing to beat the New England Patriots. They did not accomplish that task. They lost both series meetings this year. On Miami's side of the football, I think last week's loss can be forgiven. It's a game that we covered, Tennessee and Miami. We picked Tennessee in that game. I think both of us were pretty high on that play. I'm going to forgive that one. It looks like the first-year head coach has kind of forgiven that one, and he sent a message to his team in that loss against Tennessee. He benched Reggie Bush in the first half of that game. He also benched one of their offensive linemen. The key to these Thursday night games and midweek games this year, Peter, is the fact that the team that's won the rushing battle in all 10 midweek games this year in the NFL, a throwing league, are 10-0 straight up and 8-2 against the spread. I like Miami going against the Buffalo Bills rush defense that ranks dead last in the NFL, and the New England Patriots found out what was the kryptonite to what the Buffalo Bills were trying to do in signing Mario Williams and a couple other people on the defensive end. Tom Brady and Bill Belichick goes, you know what? We're going to run the football, and that's exactly what they did. I think Miami's going to do the same.
Okay, what about the fact that, Chris Johnson had such a huge day against Miami last week, and C.J. Spiller, maybe he's the same kind of runner, poses the same kind of problems and threat?
I think you could look at it that way, but I'm going to forgive that performance and the fact that that was the first, we covered this last week as well, that was the first 100-yard rusher in the last 23 games against the Miami Dolphins defense. So I'm going to go back my money against a defense that's really upset. Carlos Dansby, their leading linebacker, came out and said this is the absolute worst game for them. And I'm seeing their mindset as motivation because they're still in this. They have 2 games against Buffalo, and they also have 2 games against the New England Patriots ahead.
All right, well, it is a tough line, but that analysis does make some sense to me, Jeff, and fading the Buffalo Bills is never something that I feel too uncomfortable about. Thanks so much. Great preview once again, Jeff.